All right, everybody, all you Move, Think, Smile followers, and especially everybody Move, Think, Smile following us in our health and wellness business area and in our high octane health businesses group. Guys, I've got an incredible episode for you today. Today, I have with me the amazing Maria Castellanos. Now, Maria is one of our clients who did something, it just blows my mind. What happened in a 6-day period? And I don't want to give it too much away, but I'm going to say it involves enrolling a lot of clients. We'll just kind of start there. So Maria, it's great to have you here. Especially it just blows my mind what you guys were able to do. So kind of tell everybody, what your offer is and what is it you're doing.
Yeah. Hi, Adam. So grateful to be here with you today. And so we help former athletes get back in the game. So myself and my partner were both former Division I and professional athletes who packed on weight after we retired from our sport, and we lost that weight. And now we guide others to not only get lean and fit, but really get back in the game, get their energy back, and get back in the most important game, the game of life.
And I think this is awesome because basically when it comes down to it, you do weight loss, right? You create
Yes.
a weight loss program focused on former athletes, right? And nobody thinks that a former pro athlete or a Division I athlete is going to go, and gain a ton of weight. But
Right.
you could look at Barkley. Right? There's a couple people out there where they just stop playing and all of a sudden it just packs on. And I think, a lot of people out there, they are looking at this and they're thinking like, weight loss, there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of stuff going on. So let everybody know, like, what's the price on your program?
We're at a 5K price right now, but really, it's an investment.
Yeah, it is. So, and I think the coolest thing is we'll kind of get this in a second. Well, let's give a little bit of a spoiler alert here. It's like,
Okay.
what happened on your very first call?
I enrolled her in her dreams.
Yeah,
I was able to, enroll our first client at 5K.
And then what happened like 5 days later?
Well, the avalanche came and it was such a good one. We were able to enroll another 20 clients.
So in a 6-day period, you were able to enroll 21 clients into your weight loss program.
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
Dude,
it was incredible.
Give me some right there. Okay, this is really awesome. Now that's kind of the spoiler alert. So let everybody know kind of like where you were at before you found Move, Think, Smile, what you were dealing with and kind of like what the path was to get here, because none of this stuff what you guys were able to do, it just the dedication you put in and the amount of work that you put in into what we call a very simple system was just absolutely amazing. So kind of let everybody know, it's like, where were you before you found Move, Think, Smile?
Sure. Yeah, I was miserable. Basically, I was miserable because I was trapped in a system of working 8 to 5 in the traditional medical setting, which I respect and still love that role that conventional medicine plays. So definitely respect it and value it. But it just didn't align with who I am and what, how I want to serve my clients. So I'm a traditionally trained physician assistant. So I was working in the medical setting, putting in long hours, working in urgent care and family medicine, in a traditional setting clinic, in a medical clinic. So I was seeing around 30 patients a day when I was working 12 to 13-hour shifts, which was just really brutal. So putting my own health on the back burner, even just getting burnout. So that's where I was. Although I loved my patients, I loved serving them. I couldn't help them in the way that I wanted to. And that's because I was actually a health coach before I became a PA. So I had all those tools in my toolbox to help my patients lose weight and, get out of brain fog and all those preventable things that eventually, lead to chronic disease. But instead I was stuck with my prescription pad because I only had 10 minutes with them, because I was forced to see so many patients. So that's where I was. I was in a kind of I was really pulled. I'd come home upset and felt like I couldn't serve to my highest ability. So I was kind of at a crossroads, really. I wanted to go back to my health coaching, but I didn't know how.
So I think this is really interesting. So you became a health coach first.
That's right.
And
Yep.
where did you go? Where did you study
I went
at?
to IIN.
Yeah, okay, the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. All right, so we're kind of like got an alma mater thing going on there.
Yeah.
And why did you become a physician assistant?
So I've always had an inquisitive mind. I love learning. I'm a lifelong learner. I mean, I'm always reading and researching, and that's just who I am. My father's a physician, and I really wanted to take in his footsteps. And I was actually working with patients in a family medicine scenario, in a family medicine practice as a health coach back in 2014. And I saw that I was helping them, but I wanted to know more about, okay, why are they having metabolic disease? Why are they on these medications? I want to know the pharmacology behind these medications. So I wanted to know more, and I wanted to serve more comprehensively. So that's why I went to PA school. And also, I wasn't in a sustainable system to make the living that I wanted to make financially. So I was charging a much more nominal fee at that time before I found you guys. So
yeah. So what were you? I mean, this is common, right? Especially for IIN, because I'm very familiar with it. And if you follow the IIN system, now don't get me wrong, I love IIN. Joshua Rosenthal is an amazing man. Everything I learned from there was great, but their business advice is kind of, yeah, it can kind of work. So did you try the whole like 6-month thing where you charge people like $1,200 for 6 months and it's like you meet with them twice a month, or what were you doing?
yeah, so I met with my clients. I did twice a month. I wanted to overserve, right?
Okay.
So I met with them twice a month, and I charged them $1,500 for a 6-month program.
Okay, so you met with them twice a month. So you went $300 over what IIN was saying.
Yep.
All right, so and that breaks down to, so if you're meeting with them twice a month, that's 12 sessions. So you're looking roughly like 100, $125 an hour, somewhere in there.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Okay, and now you're having more impact, right, with the people who need your help, and you're now at a 5K price level.
Yep. Absolutely. No, it's really such a cool thing to reflect on and see how far I've come.
So just out of curiosity, when you got your IIN certification, were out your health coaching, you said you were working, like, how many clients had you worked with?
6.
You had worked with 6, just 6. Okay.
6.
So I'm going to guess that even though I know that you're a very, very inquisitive person and you want to know about the pharmacology and stuff like that, but what was the really driving factor? Was it, if that would have taken off in the beginning, do you think you still would have become a PA?
Probably not. I really don't. I think if I had known about you and Elia and MTS back in 2014, my path would have been completely different, because what I love is being a health coach. What I get to do, what we get to do as health coaches is what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't financially sustainable with that IIN structure.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's where a lot of people are at. So, and then you became a PA, and I remember talking to you last summer on the phone. And one of the things, if I remember, is like, I'm sick and tired of spending 10 minutes with people and just handing out pills.
100%. Yeah. And I knew, and it's because of my health coaching background going into PA school, I was very, I knew that I was going to be compromised, because I knew the conventional setting is more just treating symptoms, not, fixing the underlying cause.
Right.
So I knew that was going to be present. Adam, I had no idea how much of a toll that was going to really take on me, because I thought, I'll still be able to counsel and help my patients. But no, in real life, when, you're being pressured to see as many patients as you possibly can, and charting, and anyone else out there in the conventional system, what I'm talking about.
Right.
You're being pulled in so many directions. You don't have any gas in the tank to be a health coach.
Yeah, because a lot of times it's just a churn and burn system, because the healthcare system, I mean, one, it's sickness based, right? But it's also profit based, right? Let's get as many clients, many patients in as we can, and make sure that we're billing them, getting the insurance, getting the cash in, doing that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, the people that you're seeing, are they really they're just managing their symptoms, right?
Exactly.
And they're usually getting worse. Would you say that was true?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it was, I remember because your heart was like, I know how to help these people, but I can't in the position that I'm in. And I'm just ready to
Absolutely.
get out of, being a PA and, what you did, right?
It's incredible. Yeah, I officially resigned. It's been about 2 months now that I officially resigned, and it was scary, but I'm so happy and very grateful.
Yeah. So now you're no longer burning out. You're no longer feeling less than I can't help these people, but I know I could if I had the right way to do it. So when you're sitting there in a PA and you came across one of our ads and you saw Move Think Smile, what was it that was like, maybe I should contact these guys?
You just, Adam, it was your video. It was a 12-minute video that just spoke to me so much because, I had seen some other advertisements
Mm-hmm.
for programs. One in particular was a company out of Australia that really mostly targeted athletic trainers.
Mm.
But the difference between that company and what you guys do at MTS is you provided not only the structure and the support, you literally do this stuff with us,
Mm-hmm.
which completely sets you guys apart and makes it so much more powerful. So that's really, you spoke to that very clearly in that 12-minute video that like, hey, we're not going to just show you, right? We actually do it with you. And then there's stuff we do for you, which for me at that time when I was burning out was like, heck yes. Like not only are these people going to help me and do it with me, but there's stuff that I don't have to worry about. And that's such a relief. That was such a relief for me. So really it was kind of, what you guys speak to in your advertising that is 100% on point with what you deliver.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So, when it comes to like building a business, right? Because that's what we're talking about. There's so much stuff, especially on Facebook right now. There's a lot of people out there talking about client attraction techniques, and it's all the marketing. And while the marketing is important, I think a lot of those people are just really missing, and you can verify this or not, are missing the full, like you've got to transform the way you're doing business. It's not just the marketing. Would you agree on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's so much more and making it human. I mean, at the forefront of what you guys do is all about the person and the human connection and interaction. And that's why it's so powerful.
Yeah. It's funny. Like I talk to people all the time. It's like, I'm getting my niche together. And it's like, yeah, I get it. I mean, I come from a marketing background, and this is where I think a lot of people, they get so focused on these big words like customer, consumer, avatar, niche, target, all this stuff. And they forget that we're dealing with human beings. And this is the difference between like selling supplements and selling stuff versus having a online health and wellness program that's really transformational for your clients, right? Because we're dealing with human beings. I mean, people like Maria, you guys are resurrecting superheroes, right? I mean, if you think about it, everybody on this planet is someone's superhero, someone's mom, someone's dad, someone's brother, someone's sister. But unfortunately, the kryptonite has crept into their life, right? It has basically sucked all their superpowers away. And that comes in a form of, chronic disease, right? Diseases of lifestyle, poor lifestyle choices, too much stress in their life, not eating the right foods, not getting enough movement in the right way. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And Maria has a unique ability to now work with people. She gets in there, she neutralizes the kryptonite, and then she takes them and they go in the backyard with a flashlight and they find the cape that they lost. They get it, they put it in the washing machine, they clean it off, they iron it, and then she puts it back on her client. And she's resurrecting superheroes and she's empowering them. I think it's really amazing. I mean, how does that make you feel now that you have this ability to empower people?
Oh, it's incredible. It's extremely humbling too. And just to kind of speak to that, Adam, for example, one of my clients that I recently signed up, I have them do a really in-depth history that I review, and he's 340 pounds and has sleep apnea and high blood pressure. And this is a perfect example of a patient that I would see where they would come to me for their refill of their blood pressure medication, and I might sneak in a couple minutes of counseling, but now I get to completely empower him to make changes so that he might not need that medication down the road. He might not need that CPAP machine.
Yes.
He's now going to get to avoid, a potential AFib event. So all these things that prior my only tools as a PA was like, trying to identify in 5 minutes where I could make the most impact. And now I literally get ample time to impact him and avoid so many things. So it's just so cool for me to see that, because now I get to really, of course, if he has to be on the medication for a certain amount of time, that's fine. But now I get to really empower him to make changes where he might not need that long term.
Yeah, that's super cool. And it's funny that you had mentioned you were burned out earlier, because Move, Think, Smile was founded on the let's get you out of burnout kind of thing, like burnout recovery. And that's where our own health coaching programs are kind of focused right now on fatigue and stuff like that. And Maria, do you think like some of the Move, Think, Smile concepts that we taught you with our own health coaching programs, did you find that helpful?
Absolutely. Yeah, extremely powerful. I mean, for example, the same guy is only sleeping 4 hours a night. Mm-hmm. So you think he's burnout? So just, yeah, everything that you and Elliot bring to the table is like gold. I mean, extremely powerful, and you never know, where that's going to show up for your own program. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because one of the things that we really focus on, not only in our health coaching programs, that when we're working with people like Maria, is how to design and structure your program in a way where your clients are going to get results starting within the first 7 days. Are you going to fix somebody in 7 days completely? No, but can they see some pretty big results in 7 days? Maria?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. And you're seeing it with the 21 clients that you just enrolled, right?
So cool, Adam. Yeah, it's really, really awesome.
And this is where I think a lot of people get their health coaching background, but they don't understand how to necessarily, one, coach people, let alone do it in a group setting. Now, are you working one-on-one with anybody, or are you doing this in group?
Everything's group. However, we do offer one-on-ones every other week for just like a 30-minute check-in. Cool. So yeah, so it can be powerful just to tweak along the way. I love both. I love the group setting because it's so, powerful for everyone to root each other on, and what one person may interpret one way, another person interprets another way. So I like that, but I also like the high touch kind of one-on-one. But now, instead of having to do it for an hour all the time to make revenue, it's just here and there for just a really quick check-in.
Yeah. So what would you say? Would you say you're working in total with all of your clients, with the group and some of the just like personal touches, 6 to 10 hours a week, somewhere in there?
Yeah, probably about that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's incredible.
Yeah. So you went from 12 to 15 hour days, seeing 30 people, maybe more, right? To working with your clients 6 to 10 hours a week.
Exactly. Yeah. And for all of you conventional people out there that are in the medical system, you're not done when you come home. You've got charts. So I was charting many hours. I was charting for probably 10 hours a week on top of actually seeing, on top of actually seeing my patients.
Yeah,
so
no wonder you guys are burning out left and right now, for sure. So what would you say, what would you say was some of the most powerful stuff? Like, you came in, you're burned out, you knew you didn't want to be in the healthcare anymore. You knew you wanted to be a health coach. And what was it you thought you needed back then?
I would say I thought that I needed a business coach. I thought I needed someone to like really teach me, business 101, because I don't have that background. And I was, when I had my 6 clients back in 2014, I didn't know what I was doing back then either. But I thought I needed, more of a business coach.
Okay. And would you say that's what we are? Because I consider ourselves not just another business coach who, and don't get me wrong, business coaches can be useful, but a lot of times they're just there to pump you up, right? Yeah, you can do this. And then they give you some ideas and you're expected to go out and do all the dirty work and all the heavy lifting.
Right. Yeah. That's not MTS.
So what was the surprise for you? So you came in, you thought you needed a business coach. We're like, we talked on the phone. it's like you got the IM background and you were a PA. It's like I knew you had the skills. I knew you had a good heart. I could hear it in your voice and in the vibe that you had. And then you came in, and what was that like? Oh my gosh.
For us, it was definitely in weeks 1 and 2, you really ask us to be real with ourselves, with our mindset. And for us, Andrew, my partner, we really needed that, especially because I was coming from a place of burnout. So it was the mindset shift, and it's not, it wasn't just material that you guys gave us. You literally put us in the space where we could make that shift. So it's not like it was just mindset training. It was literally priming us to actually make the shift. So that was extremely powerful because that was like a catalyst for us to make forward movement. So that was surprising for us. We didn't, even though you talk about it, you speak to that, Adam. A lot of people, they kind of just brush that to the side. Like it's not, not a big deal, but it is the number one most important thing.
It is. And if you think about it, we can, if you think about marketing, right? Let's say you build this high performance engine, this automated machine, it gets out there, it has ads, it has videos, it does all this stuff. It's seamlessly tied together. You're going to get leads on your calendar. Like that's actually not that tough. But the thing is, if you've got this high performance engine that called your business that's pumping out 1,000 horsepower, is it going to run very well if you're putting bad gas into it?
No.
And who's that gas?
Us. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the business owner. It's the entrepreneur. Yeah. And I think it's really interesting that there's so many people out there just really going out there and just saying, okay, if I just get a new marketing funnel, if you just bring me people to talk to, everything's going to be great. It's just going to fix all my problems in the world. And it's not that easy, is it?
No.
Absolutely
not.
Now, would you say that, Move, Think, Smile, the stuff that we went over with you, and would you say it's a simple process?
Simple. Yeah, it's simple because there's no complicated bells and whistles, right? You guys are genuine, upfront, incredible people who know what it takes. So it's definitely simple.
Yeah, but is it easy?
But not easy.
No, it's not easy. That's why we're here, right? Because growing a business, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in, and Ellie and I have been in some form of health or wellness since 2000. So we're talking about 21 years right now. And it's crazy. We've been on the retail side, physical brick and mortar, 4,000 square foot shop. We've been on the manufacturing side, internationally sending containers of stuff to other places. We've been on the coaching side for a long time. And then you get into the online world and you hear all these people out there and you see all these things. It's like, and it's crazy. I remember when we first got started, you would hear these three words: content is king, right? And were you going through your head that's like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to write a bunch of articles or?
Yeah. Cause I hadn't really health coached since, for at the time, 5 years. And I kind of had my conventional cap on. So yes, I was definitely worried about creating a program,
right? Because
I didn't have one,
right? And so I think when she says that we simplify things and we make it really basic, like we don't focus on SEO, we don't focus on writing a bunch of blog articles, we don't focus on pounding the pavement and networking or getting out there and doing cold calling, we don't focus on free PDFs or long-term email nurture sequences or any of that kind of stuff. So Maria, the very first phone call she had, the very first lead, she enrolled at 5K. And this person saw your ad and then enrolled with you in what time period?
So I think it was 2 days.
So in 48 hours.
Yep.
She went from never ever hearing about you, not knowing anything about you, to becoming your client. And
incredible.
And did you have a website?
Nope.
Did you have a bunch of blogs?
Nope.
Did you have a podcast?
Nope.
YouTube channel?
Nope.
30,000 Instagram followers?
No, definitely not.
No. We did it with one very simple ad, a very powerful ad, right? This is the point where I like to encourage people. It's like paid advertising is very powerful, but only if you have your positioning and your messaging correct. And so what did you think about that process when we were taking your offer? Well, I want to help former athletes lose weight. Okay, pretty cool. But then transferring that so we're articulating your message to where it's really resonating with people. What do you think about that?
It's so beautiful. It was so, it just makes sense, right? It just, this person, this client that I have now, this beautiful person that I'm able to impact, I never would have been able to come in contact with her if it weren't for what you guys help us build and create. So yeah, it's just an incredible way that it works, and it does work. Obviously, it works powerfully, and yeah, no, it's so simple and eloquent, and it just makes so much sense that we have these tools, right? We're utilizing these beautiful tools that we have access to in 2021 at our fingertips.
Right.
But there's no way I would know how to do that without you guys. So to me, that's really the take home, and the value is, like, I understood marketing, that, I saw these ads come up on my Instagram and my Facebook, but there's no way I knew how that really worked. And now I'm the, beneficiary of that.
Right. Well, I mean, and you're not supposed to. Like, your talent is in helping people transform their health.
Right.
Right. You're not supposed to be an amazing copywriter. You're not supposed to be some marketing entrepreneur guru, right? I mean, you can do that if you want to spend a lot of time trying to figure that stuff out. Or you can learn how to talk like people think, right?
Exactly.
So anything you say resonates on this level. And it's just like, this lady, I mean, think about this, guys. This lady who had never, ever heard of Maria or her partner, Andrew, ever before in their lives, never heard of their company, never heard of anything, saw their ad, clicked on it, watched a very short, like 2 or 3 minute video, right?
Yep,
and then in 48 hours gave you a credit card and paid in full $5,000.
That's right. Incredible.
That's how it works, guys. And we call this the ambulance effect. And, if someone's in the middle of the street with a bullet in their leg, this is hypothetical, right? And they're bleeding out, and we're going to call this is a health problem. And people are like, well, of course, that somebody wants help when they got a bullet in the leg. But if the health problem can be weight gain, like Maria is dealing with, which can lead to all kinds of other things, and we're speaking to the choir here, so they know what we're talking about. It could be fibromyalgia, it could be rheumatoid arthritis, or some other autoimmune disorder like diabetes. It could be hypertension, it could be high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction. It could be anxiety. It could be any of these things. And if somebody has this, what we call a bullet in the leg problem, right? And they're sitting in the middle of the street, if the first ambulance comes up, it says, hey, here's a free PDF about our Band-Aids, and then come back next week for our 7-day blood clotting challenge. Is that the right ambulance to choose?
No.
No. Or the next ambulance comes up, it says, tosses out a laptop, says, hey, watch our 2-hour webinar about how amazing our ambulance is. Is that the right ambulance to choose? No. Or let's say the next ambulance pops up and they say, oh, you know what? Sorry, I'm not even going to get out of the ambulance right now. We only accept patients like 3 times a year when we do launches, and they drive off. Right? Is that the right ambulance to choose? No. And then the other one comes up and he's just like, this overcaffeinated guy jumps out and he's like, oh, we're giving our best bulletproof stuff away for free. Come follow us on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Sign up. We're going to send you value every day on how to pull the lead out with needle nose pliers. And after the 183rd email drops into your spam folder, you can sign up for one of our programs, 1 month, 6 month, or 12-month option. And if you do it before midnight, we're going to throw in a killer bonus. 12 free stitches valued at $19.97. Is that the right ambulance to choose?
No way.
No. But Maria, she's showing up the right ambulance. That person in the street, she's coming up. She's got her paramedics with her, basically, hypothetically. They're jumping out. They're picking up the injured. They're putting them to the ambulance saying, hey, would you like us to get that bullet out of your leg so you can get back to walking, running, and jumping again? Get back to being strong with your family and at your career. Okay, let's go. We're going to take it out. We're going to minimize the pain and minimize the scarring.
Absolutely.
That's why that lady chose Maria. And that's exactly why 5 days later, she wrote another 20 clients. I want you to put that in your head, guys. This stuff is super powerful. Any marketing strategy can work, okay? It does not matter if you're doing launches or if you want to give handouts or free PDFs or that stuff. You can do that stuff. But what ends up happening is typically the people coming in it's going to be a long time before you actually enroll a client. And then number two, you're usually charging a lot less than you're worth. And what's interesting is, when Maria is helping somebody with weight loss and they're paying $5K for it, think about it, Maria, what's the value you're giving somebody?
I mean, they often say it's priceless when we ask them,
Right.
that's the response, because it's everyone's health. If you don't have your health, you have nothing.
Right. Because if this woman, she comes into you, your program frigging rocks. I know it does because I've seen it, right? She loses 50 pounds. She's no longer pre-diabetic. Next thing you know, she's doing something she's always wanted to do. She's training for a Spartan race, not just any Spartan race, not just a sprint, the little 5-miler. She's training for the beast, that 13-mile half marathon on the side of a mountain, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, the brain fog's gone. So at work, she's no longer getting passed over for promotions anymore, right? She's
Exactly.
queen of the boardroom because of Maria. And at home, things are, the flame is back with the relationship. And she's queen of the bedroom again because of Maria. What's it worth to give that woman that kind of power back for the rest of her life?
Can't put a price tag on it.
You can't put a price tag on it. That's how we know we can articulate it. So you're getting $3,000 to $5,000, sometimes $10,000 or more, depending on your program, for your offer. And that's exactly what happened to Maria. And I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Now, it wasn't like, this is not a business in a box, is it?
No.
No,
definitely
and we don't use templates and we don't use fill in the blank stuff, do we?
Nope.
Would you say everything we helped you create is 100% authentic Maria Castellanos?
Absolutely. And I've got notebooks to show for it with, when you ask us to reflect and really, dig deep in what our mission is and what our purpose is and how we want to impact people. And so it's, you guys facilitate our ability to do that and make it ours. And that's why it's so powerful.
And you started with literally nothing. Like you had a paid salary job, right?
Correct. Yeah, I was full-time employed in the conventional setting as a physician assistant.
And you had never ever had your own business before, had you?
So I did back in 2015, very briefly for those 6 clients.
Okay. Now, were you working with another doctor?
No. I used their office.
Okay.
I partnered with a physician to come in and use their office because back then it was just one-on-ones.
Right.
So yeah, but I was independent from.
Okay. But so you were 1099.
Yep.
Okay. So, but they were feeding you people.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to call that a job.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to call that a job. That's not quite having your own business when somebody's feeding. Now, it's cool to have people feed you clients, but at $125 an hour, I mean, if you want to have a $10,000, a 6-figure business, right? That's $100,000 a year or more, and then you got to make sure you take out all the expenses on top of that.
Right.
You're going to have to meet with 40 or 50 people a month in order to make that happen.
And get burnt out.
And burned out. And burned out again. So, you guys came across some pretty damn big obstacles in this process. Maria and Andrew, they came in, and within I think it was about 8 weeks in or so, then all of a sudden both of you had family issues with health problems, right? Your dad was having problems. Andrew's brother was having problems. And that, how did we handle that for you guys?
You supported us, 100% supported us. And that means the world to us because Andrew and I were doers. We're both athletes. We're not afraid of a challenge. But sometimes in life, no matter what your audacity is and your tenacity really is the right word, no matter how tenacious you are, life will sometimes give you some roadblocks. So yeah, it was an extremely difficult time for both of us. Andrew's brother was in the hospital, and so was my father. And I had to, being a PA and being the youngest of 4, I had to fly home to the mainland and take care of my father. I spent every waking moment with him for almost 3 months.
And just so you know, when she says fly home to the mainland, Maria lives in Hawaii.
Yeah, lucky we live Hawaii.
Yeah,
So,
and not only did you have to fly, you went from Hawaii to Florida.
Yes, very far away. Yeah, really long, about 24 hours of travel, and immediately went into caring for my father 100%. So being his caretaker with bathing, transferring, managing his meds, really full on caring for my dear father.
And that was about 3 months long, right?
It was 3 months. Yep.
And during that time, we're like, I don't know, Maria, that our time is up. So you're going to just have to go do this on your own. Did we do that?
Not for a single second.
No.
You and Elia and the whole MTS team, you guys are extremely supportive and just came from a place of love and support. And that meant the world to us.
Awesome. Well, that was the first obstacle. Then you guys got back, right? They were doing better. Everything's, better. And then, in getting this whole business thing up and running, what other obstacles did we run into?
So Andrew and I, even though I'm technically a millennial, I'm not a very good millennial. I am not tech savvy at all. Andrew has got about 20 years on me, so he's not tech savvy either. But we are persistent. And with that being said, we hit some major tech roadblocks, which, you guys, again, supported us 100% through. And we found a way, because if you're the type of person that finds a way will find you, right? It's one of my favorite lines from Elia, and it resonates so much throughout your life journey. So.
Well, out of the blue, Facebook shut you guys down.
Yes. Yep.
Right. I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to do anything on Facebook anymore. We'll see you later. And you're like, what happened? And so we got through that, right? We recreated some stuff, and then the whole verification, then you need to be personally verified. That happened, right? And I was just like, what now? No, I can't even do anything on Facebook. Now it's me. First it was my business. Now it's me. We got you through that. And then the whole getting verified, and you just got your business verified, which is awesome.
Thank you. Yep. Finally. So yeah, it can be, it's intimidating when, obviously we know we're good people. We're genuinely trying to help people get healthy and doing it in a really authentic way.
Yeah.
And a system that's, bigger than us comes in and says you're not authentic and kind of gives you the kibosh. So that it was really difficult for Andrew and I, and you guys just supported us 100% and went to bat for us and went above and beyond.
I think it was like a Friday night, and I was literally on with Facebook chatting with them for like 3.5 hours, right? Yep. Making sure that they weren't going to like kick you guys to the curb completely, getting you back up and running. And we got it. We made it happen, and we made it happen. I think that's really important, because a lot of times these obstacles pop up as an entrepreneur. And here's the thing: entrepreneurship is a course in obstacles. It is, and everybody that goes through this process and wants to have a business and wants to do something really cool, guys, the process can be very simple. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate your business. You definitely don't need to overcomplicate your marketing. You don't have to sell your soul and suck all your energy away trying to get out there and building this following and doing all this stuff. You can make it really, really simple, but there's always an obstacle. And, most people will hit what I call the 50-foot wall, right? You're on this course, we're getting it through, we're jumping over the little obstacles, we're helping you do this, we're building these things, and all of a sudden, this invisible 50-foot wall, you smack across it, and you kind of slide off back and down in the mud. And that's what happened to Maria and Andrew, and it happened twice. They had 2 walls they had to run into. So like, okay, we got them, picked them off, clean, got the mud out of their eyes. So like, okay, let's see what we got to do with this obstacle here. Do we need to even worry about it? Can we go around it? Or do we have to go over it? Sometimes we got to go over it. We've got to figure out how to do that. Sometimes we can just go around it, don't have to worry about it, which is really cool. So what would you say, like on a support level, how would you rank that on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh man. I guess a 10, but it's more like 100. Yeah. Way above and beyond.
And what would
absolutely.
Yeah. And so what would you say, were there any, or let me ask you this, were there any like surprise side effects of working with Move Think Smile?
For Andrew and I, we feel like we have a lifelong relationship with you guys that we really honor and cherish. And for us, that means so much. Not to be so sentimental, but it really is. It's, you guys are amazing people that we align with and respect so much. And, you oftentimes when you go into, when you hire a service, you don't know if that's going to be the case. Andrew and I have a financial advisor, and they're great, but they don't offer the support that you guys offer. Obviously, right. two different realms, 2 different support systems. But yeah, I think that would be the biggest surprise, just that we've developed such a beautiful relationship with you guys that we cherish, and just really grateful for that.
Well, thank you. No, we're very happy to have met you guys and have been your guides and your Sherpas, right, on this journey up the steep path of success mountain. And you guys are like you're approaching Freedom Summit now, right? So let's just do a quick recap. So Maria became an II and health coach back in 2014. Had 6 clients. Is like, okay, this isn't really going to be the way to have a really sustainable income. Got out there, did the PA thing, got in there. Wasn't in your heart because you realized that you weren't helping people, right? You were helping people not basically just keep living with their problem, right? That's what you're helping people do. Like, I'm burning out. I don't want to do this anymore. It's not, my heart's not there. Come in, you find, move, think, smile. Next thing you know, you enroll 21 clients.
Bam.
And it wasn't bam. And it wasn't overnight. It was not overnight. It was not overnight. But I think, and it's a 5K program, which I think is really amazing. Like what happened. And you quit your job, right? So you now have this freedom and you're working with your clients like 6 to 10 hours a week, you know, a group / kind of hybrid, some personal touches here and there. Totally cool with that, you know, awesome. And your clients, you know, what would you say the vibe of your clients are? Are they happy?
So cool, Adam. Yeah, it's been so humbling to see their posts already. I mean, just in a couple weeks, they're posting celebrations that they're, you know, nurturing themselves again. They have more energy. You know, they're excited. You know, not like, oh my gosh, I'm intimidated, I got to lose weight. They're like pumped. You know,
Nice.
they're pumped to do it, and that, you know, that energy is so important, right? That means that they're on the path, right? It's not something that's super intimidating. It's something that they're excited and enthusiastic about. And that's, you know, that's where change can really happen. I did want to clarify, Adam, I love, just because for some people that are in the conventional system, I love the fact that I'm so grateful, the fact that I am a PA, and it was no easy task. I mean, I had friends, I was very lucky. I was able to get into PA school my first year of applying, but I have friends that I graduated with, they applied 3-4 years in a row to make that dream come true. And for some people, it is the perfect career for them. And PAs are amazing. I'm so grateful that I am one. But for me, with my health coaching background, like Adam was talking about, I just felt like I wasn't impacting my patients the way I knew I could. And that's, you know, a lot of PAs are surgical PAs, and they're not even talking to the patients unless they're in pre-op and post-op. So just to clarify that this is not to say PAs, you know, me being a PA wasn't a good thing. It's just, It wasn't the right fit for me. And now I get to potentially one day, long term, I'd love to be, you know, in this model that you guys have created for us. You know, I can be a functional medicine PA long term and be more on the medical side. But for right now, I love being a health coach.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think your clients love it too. I think that, and that's a really cool combination. And so I would say, Maria, like what you're saying is basically, if you're in conventional healthcare where you're a PA or maybe you're a nurse practitioner, or even you're a medical doctor, or you've got more, your heart's more into the functional side of things, more into the integrative side of things, more into the holistic side of things, more of getting to the root cause of why people are having health problems and helping them overcome them, then maybe Move, Think, Smile might be for you. Now, would you say Move, Think, Smile is for everyone?
No, not for everyone. But that is a beautiful, I mean, because it's worked so well, you know, for myself, what Adam what you just articulated there was absolutely, it is for that person who's kind of, you know, has that conventional background, but is more passionate and even maybe has the functional medicine background as well, but needs to make that transition out of one-on-one patient encounters. 100% MTS can get you there.
Yeah. And I do want to kind of just give you some kudos here, Maria. I mean, both you and Andrew, like you guys came in completely decisive. Like you're like, this is something I want to do. I'm ready to do this and I want to do it now. Right. And you're like, no excuses. And then you were committed. And, you know, everybody has a level of commitment. I mean, we're all committed to something. A lot of people are committed to their doubts and their fears. It's like, okay, no one's going to pay me for this kind of stuff. Nobody has any kind of money. There's no way in hell I can ever have a high ticket program or anything like that. But you guys were committed to winning. You guys were committed to victory, getting up to the top of Success Mountain, right? You guys were committed. And then you were resourceful, especially when those giant obstacles came in. Now, Maria can, if it's okay, if you don't mind if I share, she had a little bit of anxiety during this. Like that's, would you say that was right?
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
But we helped her keep it at bay. And even when she had to go to Florida for 3 months and she couldn't really do anything because she was taking care of her dad. And even though when, Facebook came in and tried to shut them down multiple times over and over again, they were committed to not letting them beat them down. And we figured out a way through all those big obstacles and we made it work. And now she rolled 21 clients in 6 freaking days.
Woo.
This is awesome. So Maria, anybody out there that's watching this right now and they're like, and they're kind of thinking about it, what kind of advice would you give to them?
Sure. Yeah. I think I would say, the most important thing is to get someone behind you that aligns with what you want. Like Adam said, like you're saying, I was committed. I knew what, Andrew and I knew what we wanted, but we needed support. Every coach needs a coach, and you guys aren't just another coach either. But we needed that guidance and support. And so, yeah, you guys, if you're thinking that this, is something that you might be interested in, it just means, you need someone to support you and guide you and be in your corner when you hit that 50-foot wall.
Exactly. And as Maria said earlier in the conversation, this is a part done with you, part done for you, right? So we really get in there and we work with you really detailed, really deep on not only just, creating an amazing offer, former athletes losing weight, boom, done, right? It's more than that niche, right? It's more than just having your niche and having your elevator pitch, would you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's way more than that. And then setting a price that is like, it's fair to your clients, but it's also fair and healthy to your business. And it's learning how to articulate your true value. So when you're speaking to a client and they see an ad, then 48 hours later, you get them on the phone. The next thing you know, they're handing you their credit card for $5,000 and they're saying, thank you. Thank you. I can't believe I finally found someone that's going to help me with this problem that I haven't been able to fix anywhere else. That's where the magic comes in. And it's learning how to articulate that value. And also while setting up your business to where it's as simple as possible. Now, we're in the days of the internet, right? We're in the days of technology. And still there's a lot of stuff that goes on in there, right? Setting up not only your marketing campaigns, but how do you deliver a group coaching program online effectively? How do you do it without like breaking in half, right? How do you do all this stuff? And that's one of the things we really pride ourselves on, because when it comes to health and wellness, and when people like Maria are coming in and have this passion and have this dream to do this, we bust our butts to make sure that it happens for her. So is there some coaching involved? Of course there's some coaching involved, but is that all we do? No, that's just a tiny little portion. So guys, if any of you would like to see if Move, Think, Smile might be a good fit for your business, I invite you to come over to movethinksmile.com/grow and pick a time. Get on the calendar. We'll have what we call a business discovery call, and we're going to chat about, your ideas. Whether you already have an existing business, or if you're like Maria and you're like, I don't have anything. I have nothing. I've got no followers. I've got nothing to go with. I've got absolutely zip, zero, zilch, but you've got this idea and you want to get out there. We can talk about to see if we're a good fit to make that happen. And Maria, that call that we had, right, last summer, was it high pressure? Was it,
Not at all. It was, I still remember it. I still talk to Andrew about it. It was my only day off. So I scheduled it on my day off from being in the office with patients. And I was so excited, and I knew it's what I wanted. And then at the end of our conversation, I just was so grateful. It's just such a beautiful start, and definitely a fun conversation. No pressure at all. And Adam, Adam, you're just such a beautiful person inside and out. And so is Elia. So
I'm probably turning red right now, if I'm not red already from being in the sun too much this weekend. It got warm this weekend, so I was outside a lot. And no, that's wow. Thank you. I don't even know how to respond to that. Like this is what's so awesome. When our heart is in, and I'll honestly tell people, like, our mission is really to change the status of this country, right? In this world, to make this world a better place, to really help people become healthy again, because we messed up. We've got a lot of bad decisions going on, a lot of social cultures that think you got to do things the right way. And a lot of people think just drinking more water, just getting more sleep, and just eating healthier and just exercising more is going to fix them. And it doesn't. And it doesn't. And they need people like Maria. They need people like you guys who understand this stuff, that can really help them transform their business. And so we know that the biggest impact that we can have, Elia, my partner, and everybody on the Move, Think, Smile team, the biggest impact we can have is, one, we have our own health coaching programs, where we focus on energy and fatigue. So we really understand what's going on, because we actively practice what we preach every day. We're not like, hey, yeah, we used to be blah, blah, blah back in the day 10 years ago, and now this is all we do. But we know that our biggest impact is helping people like Maria get amazing clients, right? And the people that you're working with, are they the ones who are blaming and complaining? Are they the ones who are making excuses? Are they the ones who are canceling their credit cards after having a session with you, and then they're just completely ghosting you, going MIA?
No, they're committed and ready to go.
And they're beautiful people.
Absolutely.
And you love working with them, don't you?
Yeah. Oh my, so grateful.
Yeah. It's not like being in traditional healthcare where compliance is a big issue.
Absolutely. That's an understatement.
Yeah. So what were some of the frustrating things you saw as a PA in the whole compliance thing?
Well, so as a family medicine practitioner, so I, in family medicine, internal medicine, I also work some urgent care, so more, acute, things coming through the door. But in a family medicine situation, the way our system has become is we kind of get dumped on. And so, patients might go see their specialists, here and there, but they're not they're not very compliant with that either. So now, as a primary care provider, I'm sifting through not only my own, responsibility as their primary care provider, but now I'm trying to get up to date on all of their special, visits to the specialists. And patients just don't really care. Not all,
Right.
Of course, there are some people that want to take responsibility, but the biggest difference is that I could beat my head against the wall sometimes trying to help people when, they're not willing to help themselves.
Right. And when you show up with an online, and I think it's important to let everybody know that your weight loss thing, right? Former athletes losing weight, is all online.
100%.
It's 100% online. And you're having more impact with these people than you ever did as a PA.
Absolutely. Yeah. Changing their lives, not just, refilling their prescriptions.
So 21 clients in 6 days. What's the next goal? 22 clients?
Yeah, let's double it.
Double it.
Yeah.
Double it. Get up to the 50 client realm. I like that. I like where you're going with that. So guys, everybody listening to this, if this at all sounds interesting to you, come over to movethinksmile.com/grow. Pick a spot on our calendar. Let's chat. Let's see where you're at. And let's see if we're a good fit to help your health business skyrocket, to get out there, to give you this massive impact, because you're going to be serving more people at a higher level. You're going to have massive impact with them. And on top of that, you're going to have a healthy bottom line for your business while increasing your own freedom. Am I lying about any of that, Maria?
No, it's 100% accurate. I'm going to go surf this afternoon. I never would have been able to do that.
Nice. How are the waves?
Good. It's windy. We got some wind swell, but I'll take it.
Oh, okay. I'm a kiteboarder at heart, so I'd like maybe I need to come down there. It'd be a heck of a trip. I might see it in 2 days, but to get there. So guys, come on over. Yeah. So come over to movethinksmile.com/grow. Maria, it has been my honor on behalf of Elia, myself, to be your guide, your Sherpa, your confidant, your whatever you guys needed, and just to watch how you dove in and you did the work. You went in and you kicked some serious ass, because we want to make it as simple as possible, but nothing about growing your business is ever easy. And I don't care what anybody says out there. So guys, come on over to movethinksmile.com/grow. And Maria, I can't wait to see what happens next. All right, everybody, take care. We'll talk soon.